So the theory and technique, right, in preparing the speech in 10 minutes sound great and easy, pretty straightforward. But what are other ingredients, right, that's required in order to do that? What I'm saying is that usually people when they are under pressure, right, they can't think, right, in 10 minutes, right? What are some of the things you can advise people, when they go about going through this pretty simple and straightforward theory, right, in prepared speech? What are some of other, perhaps, soft things that people need to also take into consideration before they do that?
A good question. But I don't really intend anything to write a speech in 10 minutes. I'm just doing it just to get your attention. It can be done. And I mentor a lot of people, actually, a lot of people around the world. I need to get it done towards the end. Very end. And what I say to them is, you don't write a speech in words. You write a speech in consecutive ideas. Like I did, we had 9 consecutive ideas. I need to type on this. So you don't start writing the words. You start finding those 9 ideas. They're ideas. The first idea we started, what am I going to write? A hobby. The next idea is, what would be my message? My message is, I'm going to persuade people to have a hobby. That's the second one. The third idea is, what are the 3 things that I can say to the people which will persuade them? And the choice is yours. I mean, I picked just 3, or you did. My question, it would be any 3 that suit you. So idea number, that one, idea. The next one is just a summary in advance. I call it a preview, which is, I'm going to tell you about these 3 things. 7 is a summary, which is, I told you about these 3 things. Make sure it goes in here. And now you're left with, how am I going to start? And you're going to finish by referring back to number 1. In truth, number 3 and 7 and 1 and 9 take care of themselves. You're left with deciding what it is, deciding what your purpose is. If you can get those 2 right, and you write them in an A, then you can write the speech if you wish. But there's nothing stopping you just delivering it alive and just talk about your 9 ideas. You might have them on a card. If I gave that speech again, the words would be different. But the ideas would be the same. I'd say that again. If I were to do that again now, the words would differ. But the ideas would be the same. So writing it down, I know this is a long answer, but writing it down is very difficult to remember. And it sounds so different than when you speak it. So my advice to you is, write down your 9 ideas and talk about them. So long as you get your message across, that's all that counts. So ideas, not words. Next question? Yes, sir.
Sometimes when you're writing a speech, maybe a particular turn of phrase will be more effective, or to convey the message more clearly. When you're writing a speech, memorize or keep in mind some ways that you want to deliver the same.
Yes, I mean, if I was writing a real speech, it would take me an hour to hone. I start with the second. What is it? What's my message? What is the thing that I'm talking? Now, how I describe it, put in a simile or a metaphor or something like that. I saw a simile in the paper yesterday. He was as awkward as an octopus on a bicycle. I thought it was quite clever. As awkward as an octopus on a bicycle. Nobody gets it. You don't know what octopuses do here now. They have lots of legs, and bicycles have only got 2 pedals. So yes, how do these world champions write their speeches? I mean, have you heard Jock Elliott? I'm going to speak about him later tonight. Jock Elliott, his subject matter was real friends. His message was, look after them and they look after you. Yes, he had friends of his blood, his family, friends of his life that he grew up with, friends of his heart. He got our attention. He told us he was going to talk about these three things. He summarized, gave a strong message. He referred back to the opening because his opening was 2011, I still remember it. He said, if you had a crisis in your house at 3 o'clock in the morning, how many of your Facebook friends would turn up to help you? The answer is, no one. Isn't that a wonderful way to get it? Yeah? And at the very end, he said, having done all this, he said, if you do all this, then you won't need Facebook. He's back to where he started. Simple speech, world champion. Right? World champion. So don't think that you have to be complicated or convoluted or such an enormous big subject. No, simple. Just get the organization right. Thank you. Next question. Yes, Tim.
Hi, my name is Tim Palm, Division G Director of District 67. I think your suggested ideas of putting the points of the 9 ideas can help solve many of our members in our district because we write too much out of words and sentences to write a speech. I think this is very positive that I can implement this in Division G. My question is that in most of our members in our district, we tend to write more and then we have to cut down. Or that we write less, then we add more. So what is your thoughts on how to write a speech to use the ideas to maximize the points involved?
All right, well, let's go through the way you deliver it. This is a question or a statistic or a quotation. That takes 20 seconds. Talk me about this. You've got to set out this. What am I on about here? It takes another 20 seconds. Tell them what you're going to tell them. 10 seconds. So give it a minute. We know that this one here can't be too brief. I find a lot of people that run out of time in their speech. This is not what they cut back. This is what they cut back. This should be the other way around. The supporting material will be still supporting material if I talk about it. If I talked about it for 5 minutes for each of those points I talked about, which was the choice you have, the stress relief. I could have talked about 5 minutes for each one. But the really important part of what I said quite ago was the message, which is it's a good thing to have a hobby. That's the important thing. This supports it. But a whole lot of people elongate that and shorten this. Okay. If you have 9 points and you talk about them in a reasonable, these should be reasonably the same length. Reasonably the same length. But you see, if I wanted to talk about the choice of hobbies, instead of talking about baseball and basketball and gym, whatever I could talk about 20 more. But that doesn't make any better. You get the point with 4 or 5, don't you? You don't need 15 or 20. You made the point. You had a choice. That's the point. I could talk about the stress. I talked about stress at work and so on. I told you the story. It could be stress in family. It could be stress financially. But you get the point. Hobbies are good for stress. And then I talked about companionship, fellowship, getting to know each other. We could have talked for 5 minutes about it. But that's not the point. The point is, it's good for that sort of thing. So you make the point in a minute and a half, add them all up, but make sure that that's not left short. But that's what you're selling. If you were selling a Dell laptop to me, you wouldn't spend all day talking about what it does. You say, this is what it can, this is what Ted you can do with it when you get it. You will be able to do this and do this and do this and this. Not that it has 25 sheep. It's a grammar sheep. It's a joke. It's a joke, right?
We're a serious crowd.
What?
We're a serious crowd.
Yeah. So you could be telling me about the features of this, of my dead laptop. I want to know about the features. I want to know what will it do for me? It's the same if you're trying to persuade people. It's not how it works. It's what it does for you. That's the big one. All right. Thanks, Tim. Next question. How long have we got?
We have time for 2 more questions.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I understand. When I look at the topic, it's very catchy, eye-catching, right? But now, that's called a theory. Now, we're talking about the practice. In your opinion, in order to follow your formula or the structure of how to write a speech, in your opinion, how many speaking experience or what kind of requirements to have in order to really they can write, prepare speech in 10 minutes, according to your formula. Now, let me quote a quotation before you answer that. Winston Churchill is an excellent speaker. According to what he said, it takes about an hour to prepare a 1-minute speech, which means if you're going to give the 6-minute speech or 7-minute speech, it takes, even the Winston Churchill, well-experienced speaker, takes 7 hours. Maybe he's humble. So, what's your opinion?
My opinion is you should not declare World War III, right? Because Mr. Churchill was involved in World War II. And what he had to say had to be very carefully put together, right? We're only learning, right?
Okay.
We're all at stage 1 or 2 or 3. It doesn't matter what you talk about.
Okay.
And you're not going to get it right the first time. Of course you're not going to get it right the first time. But you will get it somewhat right, and the next time you do it, it will be somewhat better. Depending on your evaluator, and the evaluator depends on the general evaluator. Have you got a general evaluator every time?
Yes.
Somebody who knows what he or she is doing, rather than, as is said in English, the blind leading the blind. And everything is fantastic, and that's an awesome speech. Oh my God, oh, you're wonderful. That helps nobody. So yes, Mr. Churchill is noted for that, and he had some wonderful speeches. Wonderful speeches. And he did take time to craft them, but they were speeches. He's the Tiger Woods of speech making. You're only just learning to take the golf ball out of the packet, right?
Okay.
Next question. We have one more.
Yeah, one more.
They're either all know it all, or they're so confounded by what I'm saying. One more question. Come on. Yes, sir.
Is your idea also work for the difficult topic, something like the nuclear research?
You see, that's a very good question. If you're thinking abstract, giving a speech about something that's abstract idea is difficult even for me. Because I have to take this abstract concept and I have to turn it into some form that you, the audience, can internalize and understand. And that's extremely difficult, even for me. So don't take something abstract and something perfectly odd. As I said, death, or computers, or Taiwan, or Taipei, or whatever. Because where does the speech go when you're finished with it?
Nuclear.
No. When you have written a speech, where does it go to? Yeah, but when you have done it in your job, where does it finish up? When you're finished with it? Where? Nobody ever hears it again. It's gone. Gone into the world, right? So don't be setting yourself impossible targets. Please don't. Because that's the most common mistake, is keeping something nuclear vision. My goodness, that's a really tough subject. Put that in your head.
Because we have, actually we have a new model that will be, we just need a rule to for the nuclear fusion. So maybe in the future our power plants could use the nuclear fusion. So it will be more friendly. I mean the environment friendly.
Well, yes, if that's not as abstract as I understood you at the start. That's actually practical, isn't it? A new vision for your club. What are the three things that you put in your vision for your club? What are the three things?
I will introduce maybe the idea. What is the nuclear fusion?
Yes. What are the three things about it that you would put in there?
Yes. And where is the new model on this effect?
Yes. Okay. That'll work. But we stop with this. Don't make it hard for yourself to start on. Please don't. When you're finished your speech, 5 minutes later, nobody will understand or remember what you said. I'm telling you, they won't. So you must think simple. This is going to be the hardest thing you have to actually fight against. Thinking simple. So simple it can't be right. Simple is what works. I think we're done, aren't we?
Yes.
Thank you.